right, John, welcome to Friday Night Baseball on Sportsnet LA, brought to you by Jack in the Box. The Dodgers coming off of the sweep of the Pirates, ready for a 6-game homestand, beginning with 3 against the Texas Rangers. Hope your weekend's off to a great start. Welcome inside. Joe Davis and Or Hershiser. A lot of this season, one of the big stories has been how much of a grind it's been for Mookie Betts to repeat what we've seen from him throughout his career. Yesterday was a pretty darn good reminder of what it can look like when he's doing what he does.
Yeah, you know, his on-base percentage of .366, nobody would sneeze at that. His OPS is bumping up against all-star status, but those are lows for him in his career, so we have been spoiled. But if defense leads to offense and him starting to hit the ball over the middle of the plate in the heart and being aggressive and hitting with runners in scoring position, we're going to have some excitement.
As far as the pitching goes in game 1 of this series, it'll be Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers, who over the first 2 months was really good. His last 2 times, though, he's given up 5 runs in each start, trying to bounce back from those.
Yeah, the earnings are piling up for Clayton in the last 2 starts. For him to get better, it probably going to be more about the fastball and its location. Of course, he is buoyed by the breaking stuff, and that's going to be good against an American League team. He has been dominant against American League teams, but especially against Texas. They do not hit the breaking ball very well, so Clayton's slider and curveball are going to be functioning tonight, and with that spin, I think it'll lead to him feeling really good where he pitches well here at Dodger Stadium.
Like you mentioned, well, against the American League. His last great start came against the American League in Houston a couple of weeks ago. Great to be home in Los Angeles. The Dodgers and the Rangers. Game 1 of 3 coming up on Sportsnet LA. On Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Our $6.99 triple bacon cheesy jack combo is here, only at Jack in the Box.
It's Pride Night at Dodger Stadium, and what a special evening it is. There are fans that have on their Dodgers Pride shirt. There was a party over here in Right Field Plaza. What a celebration. And to end the night, there's Friday night fireworks. Now, Ned, how special is it to see the league, the Dodgers, really prioritize the LGBTQ plus community, as well as just celebrate this night?
Well, I think inclusion, diversity, equality is such a big part of life. I think it's vital to success. I think when you look at the Dodgers and the history of this organization, it has been an organization that has supported equality for decades. And it's not just something in Los Angeles or in the United States, but globally that this organization has stood up for the rights of people.
Absolutely. And it's a fun night for everyone, but let's get a Dodger win to make it an even better one. Let's get inside to Joe and Oral.
All right, Kirsten, well said, Ned Coletti. As Clayton Kershaw takes the ball to open this homestand, trying to get back on track against this lineup for the Texas Rangers, with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa having a great season, leading things off for Chris Woodward's bunch. A rookie Eli White bats second, starts in left field. Adolis Garcia, one of the great stories in baseball this year, is in center field hitting third. We'll talk about him as the series goes on. Gallo, Solak, and Lowe through the heart of the lineup. At third base, former Dodger Charlie Culberson. Jose Trevino does the catching, and Mike Fultonevich, former Atlanta Brave, now in Rangers uniform, pitches and bats 9. So Kershaw, who had a .294 ERA over his first 10 games, gives up 5 against the Giants his last time here, gives up 5 against Atlanta on Saturday. It's the first time in 10 years he's given up 5 runs in back-to-back games.
Yeah, he needs to get back on track. I think leading him back on track will be his slider. That has been the pitch that has really done well for him and continues to do well even through this cold streak. It's about fastball location tonight, not making mistakes with that. And it's also about getting off the field. He's had trouble with 2 outs, and after 2 outs, they continue to hit him and drive in some of those runners in scoring position. Get off the field and get all 3 outs.
Yeah, those 2 rough starts, Oral. Opponents hit .421 with 2 out. And all 5 runs that he gave up against the Braves came in the 3rd inning after he had gotten the first 2 outs. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa stands in. Kershaw turns and fires, and off we go with ball 1. Dodgers coming off a 4-2 road trip. Dropped 2 of 3 in Atlanta. Swept Pittsburgh. 37-25, 2 games back of the Giants. Kiner-Falefa bounces one past the mound to awaiting Chris Taylor for the first out of the night. Giants already won tonight, 1-0. A complete game from Anthony DeSclafani and a solo homer from Buster Posey to win the opening game in Washington. Padres just lost to the Mets, and so the Dodgers have a 1.5 game lead over San Diego. One gone in this first inning. Here's Eli White.
In some ways, when you watch the scoreboard, you do worry a little bit more about San Diego than even San Francisco for me. San Francisco seems like the team that could falter the easiest of the 3 teams at the top. And San Diego, they have the strong roster, and if they don't get any key injuries, they could really stay with the Dodgers if the Dodgers can climb back above San Francisco.
That is shot foul, and it's 1-1. Padres, surprisingly, offense has been missing lately. They've lost 9 of 12 now, and have only scored 2.5 runs per game in that time. You understand it tonight. They went against Jacob deGrom, who fired 6 shutout innings and drove in 2. Kershaw's 1-1. Fouled off 1-2.
It's always a good equation when your starter drives in more runs than he gives up.
Which he has on the year. He's driven in 5 on the year. He's allowed 4. Jacob deGrom.
He needs to get called up to a higher league.
Yeah, outer space baseball league. 1-2 from Kershaw. Facing his favorite team as a kid here. Just grew up not too far from Arlington. Going to Rangers games. Wears number 22 because of Will Clark. And it was easy to speculate when his deal was up last time. Would he go to Texas? Would he re-sign with the Dodgers? A chopper to Turner. And a couple of ground balls. Stretched by Muncy. 2 out.
Texas was very interested in Clayton, building the new ballpark, thinking about every 5th day, having him there during homestands to draw crowds.
2 up, 2 down in this first inning, and here is Adolis Garcia, who was DFA'd by St. Louis before last season, picked up by the Rangers, played in a few games, and then DFA'd by the Rangers this February. So any team could have had him. None of the 29 other teams wanted this guy. He takes ball 1 from Kershaw. Has a huge spring training. Still doesn't make the opening day roster. He gets called up because of an injury April 12th. And here's a 28-year-old rookie. He's 3rd in the league in home runs, leading rookies by 8 in home runs. He's 7th in RBIs. And just one of the better stories across baseball here in 2021. On a 1-1 from Kershaw. He cuts and misses at a fastball 1-2.
Coming into these series, you look at the overall numbers, you go, this is a guy you got to pitch around a little bit, maybe don't let him beat you, but he is cold right now. He's got a little bit of a flat tire that he's trying to get back on track.
Yeah, 6 of his last 32. And even though he's hit for all that power, there still is a lot of swing and miss, still is a lot of chase. That is why the Cardinals let him go. He hit for power in their minor league system, but they just didn't think he could do it at the big league level. Another 1-2.
Pulled the string on him right there with the curveball at 75, dropping down from 91 with the fastball. Way out in front, almost got the miss.
Kershaw to Garcia. 1-2 is fouled back again. Seventh pitch coming to Garcia. It's ball 2. You mentioned the fastball, the key for Kershaw. Since the start of May, opponents hitting .429 against it. Now he's throwing it less than ever, and so exposed less. But still, even if you're only throwing it a third of the time, it's got to be better than that.
Yeah, watching the 91s come on the radar gun here tonight, that's a good sign that the arm is feeling good. The velocity has dropped down to just above 90. So whenever your arm speed drops a little bit, you're going to lose a little sharpness. You're going to lose a little speed differential between your pitches.
Chopper to short, one to second, one to third, one to short, 1, 2, 3. And the Dodgers come to bat for the first time against Mike Foltynewicz after this. Crowd tonight, one of the biggest this season before reopening day on Tuesday. Lineup for the Dodgers here for game 1 has Betts leading it off, then Muncy at first base, Turner at third. Bellinger's in center hitting cleanup. Will Smith catches Clayton Kershaw for the first time this year with Taylor at second. Lux his double play partner and A.J. Pollock in left hitting 8th. Against Mike Foltynewicz, who was an all-star with the Braves in 2018, struggled so much in 2019 that they sent him to the minors. And then in one start last year, he gave up 6 runs and they got rid of him. So he's back landing on his feet here with the Texas Rangers on a 1-year contract. And delivered strike 1 to Mookie Betts. Chopper to short. Kiner Falefa has graded out as the best defensive shortstop in the majors, but he commits a throwing error to open the door here in the first.
E6 on routine of routine. Even a chance there at first by Lowe to save him, but he doesn't get the scoop. And you are right. This guy is one of the best, if not the best. And Mookie Betts got a ball in the middle of the plate, rolled over it, but still ends up at first.
Kiner Falefa, who leads not just all shortstops, but all players in defensive runs saved, gets charged with an error there. So runner at first for Muncy, who fouls it off, strike 1. Muncy, who has 2 home runs against Foltynewicz, upset with himself that he didn't do something with that first pitch.
That's a pitch we've seen Max do damage with. We've seen him go out over the plate and pull that for a home run. We've also seen him go oppo with it.
Muncy still leading the league in on-base percentage, even with this recent 2-for-20 slide. Yeah, dealing with that sore ankle. On a 1-1 from Foltynewicz, he takes a change at the knees, 1 and 2.
Foltynewicz has lost a little velo, and the changeup has not been as good. Really been hit around too much, and that's a bad combination for a pitcher when the fastball is getting down and the changeup is getting hit.
Foltynewicz has a 4.75 ERA. That's 3rd worst in the American League. Here in his first season with Texas. He showed some signs of coming out of it, but gave up 5 runs his last time. 2 and 2 on Muncy. Dodgers have seen a bunch of him through the years, and he's got an ERA above 6 in 6 starts against LA. Included a couple in the division series in 2018. On a 2-2, Muncy hits a towering fly ball way back to right field. What a way to start the homestand. Skyscraping shot, 2-0.
Two errors for the Rangers, one at shortstop and one on this hanging slider, and Max Muncy makes them pay. Max has not been real good against breaking balls, but that slider right there, he absolutely punished.
Team leading 14th of the season for Muncy, his 3rd lifetime against Foltynewicz. Yeah, before Foltynewicz gets an out, Dodgers get 2 runs. Ball 1 on Justin Turner. Who has started to heat up lately. He hits one in the air to right center. Carrying back there. Garcia's going. They've gone back to back. It is Turner's 12th, and it's 3-0.
The swing and then the pose, but we didn't see any frustration in the pose. So right about now, you think he got this. He's just checking out the trajectory to see, did I hit it a little too high? I know I hit it well, and he got enough.
His third in his last 9 at-bats. I love it. Foltynewicz has seen this movie before against this lineup. He's in the dirt with the first one to Bellinger. Comes in with his second worst home run rate in the American League, although he had quieted that down lately. Falls behind Bellinger, 2-0. Cody hitting .200 in his 11 games off of the injured list. 2-1.
Foltynewicz has been kind of a 50-50 pitcher this year. This is his 13th start. About 50% have been terrible, and about 50% have been pretty doggone good. And this one tonight looks like it's on the wrong side of that 50% clip.
Not much middle ground there. Ball 3. Well, there you go. He's given up 2.5 home runs per 9 innings pitched over his first 7 starts. It's 3-2 on Bellinger. And Foltynewicz has had a tendency throughout his career when things go south to really speed up his delivery, and you can see it just to the untrained naked eye here. The delivery already has gotten faster as this first inning has gone on. Payoff to Bellinger is fouled off, barely stays alive.
It's a sign of a pitcher turning into a thrower. You know, a lot less thought. The rhythm's not the same. It's not trusting yourself, but I've got to change something, and usually getting into that aggressive adrenaline. Okay, all that stuff I was worried about has happened. I just want to get this over with.
Another payoff. Bellinger takes ball 4. First 4 have reached against Foltynewicz.
Catcher number 16, Will Smith.
And here's Will Smith, who caught Clayton Kershaw 12 times during his rookie season. Really every start Kershaw made after Smith was called up, Will was in there. Only one time last year, and this is the first time this year. Dave Roberts said it is more Kershaw's comfort with Austin Barnes than it is anything Kershaw doesn't like about Will Smith. But Barnes catching yesterday's game, and Dave Roberts figured it'd be a good chance to give these guys some experience together.
And a good change in the look for Clayton Kershaw. The last 2 starts have been kind of rocky, and Austin's been back there for both. Not to place any blame on Austin, but give him a new look and new sequencing, new fingers and thoughts behind the plate to maybe change the pattern of the 2 rough outings.
Carnivan's up 2-2. Foltynewicz 20 pitches in, still looking for his first out.
He had one in the first batter, but his shortstop made an error.
On a 2-2, Smith yanks a liner that's caught by Connor Falefa.
Falefa probably feels pretty bad to get Foltynewicz off on the wrong foot with the error. Mookie Betts his ground ball. This helps a little bit, but really there's still probably going to be an apology when they get into the bench, and they're going to have to just both get on the same page and say, we'll just turn that page.
1-on-1 out for Taylor. There are not too many things that have gone right for the Texas Rangers this year. They are 25th in scoring runs. They're in the bottom 10 in rotation and in the bullpen. They are 28th in defensive efficiency. Talk about well-rounded teams. Whatever the opposite of that is.
Straight line at the bottom.
Yeah.
And they've lost their last 15 games in a row on the road.
It's one shy of a franchise record. Got to go back to the first year of the franchise when they were the Washington Senators in 1961 to find that 16-game road losing streak. Could be worse, though. You could be the Arizona Diamondbacks, having lost 19 in a row on the road now. 2-1 on Taylor. This was a 500 team first week in May. But overall, they've dropped 21 of 27 since.
They came into the year probably thinking, 500 is definitely a goal. Something with Chris Woodward, that as he has taken over the helm there in Texas, they were feeling like the needle was going to start to point up.
Taylor punches a base hit against the defense.
That was a very nice approach by Chris Taylor. Looked like he actually planned on shooting that hole over there with that approach. Keeping his hands in, his shoulder in, and just driving that ball towards right field. Whether it's going to be in the air or on the ground, there's a lot of space over there.
And so already a visit here in a 3-0 game. Just one gone in the first inning. Dodgers looking for another one of those explosive nights. They've scored 7 or more runs 19 times this year. They've got 2 on with 1 out as Gavin Lux comes up. Lux trying to break out of a bit of a slide. He's hitting 167 with an OPS below 600 over his last 14 games after that tear through mid-May. Takes an off-speed pitch, strike one.
A hard hit ball is considered 95 miles an hour off the bat or higher. The Dodgers already have 4 balls over 100 miles an hour.
That slipped into center field. Garcia's retreating. He's running out of room. There's another. It's 6-0 in the first. Number 6 of the year for Gavin Lux.
Another hanging breaking ball. Max Muncy didn't miss it, and Gavin Lux didn't miss it.
It's a nice looking swing.
Foltynewicz has struggled with left-handers this year, and the Dodger left-handers have continued that trend.
Yeah, right-handers below average when you're looking at OPS against him. Left-handers, an OPS of 995, which basically means every left-handed hitter comes up against Mike Foltynewicz turns into Ronald Acuna. That's his OPS.
Now, those are all-star plus numbers.
Pollock took a strike and now fouls it off 0-2. And already action in the bullpen.
If you're going to have an explosive inning, the first inning in a series is a great one to have because you dig into a bullpen and you gain the equity of beating up on the first starter for the rest of the series. The bullpen is set back. To beat up on them on the last game before they leave, the next team gets it.
Pollock joins the party with a base hit to left. 5th hit of this first inning.
Leave, the next team gets it. AJ finds that 6 hole. You hit it hard, you make the holes bigger.
And Clayton Kershaw to the plate. Up to 1-2-3 top of the first. This night could not be going any better for the Dodgers so far. Saw a ball get out of the bullpen.
Clayton showing bunt early.
Yeah.
The fourth left-handed hitter in the Dodger lineup. They're so far 2 for 2 with 2 home runs and a walk. How can you make me bunt here, Skip?
All right. Did you see what Urias did yesterday? Let me try that. Dodger pitchers, by the way, have driven in more runs than any staff in baseball. And it's not close. In fact, Urias by himself has driven in more runs than every pitching staff except one. The Atlanta Braves. That doesn't count Ohtani. His RBIs have come on days that he's DH'd. Julio's got 7. Kershaw lays this one down well up the first base line to advance Pollock into scoring position.
Dave Roberts wants to just get him back to the bench and rested with those 6 runs already on the board.
Yeah, good first inning for the Dodgers. You get 2 at-bats from Mookie Betts. And again, this door was open and a pretty routine play. Bouncing ball to the shortstop by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who had a low throw. Slicing fly to right, Joey Gallo. Well, the Dodgers in 6 games on the road trip scored 3 first-inning runs total. They scored 6 in the first inning tonight, hitting 3 home runs against Mike Foltynewicz. First it was Muncy, then it was Turner, and then Gavin Lux. To the second we go, 6-0 LA.
Time now for our keys to the game, brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealers. Big guy rebound. Well, that's for Clayton Kershaw, coming off of 2 rough outings. Never trail. That's what they did in the Pittsburgh series with that sweep. They never trailed. And get 6, I promise. I didn't edit this after the first inning, but they have an outstanding record of 22-2 when they get 6 runs or more this year.
There's something of note here. Albert Pujols has replaced Max Muncy at first base after 1 inning. That is ball 1 on Joey Gallo, leading off this second. And again, Muncy's been dealing with an ankle injury. You don't know if something cropped up there on his home run or if Dave Roberts said we're going to get you off your feet already with his 6-run lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. And when you're trying to bounce back like Clayton Kershaw is, how nice is this to have 6 runs put you in front as you go out there for the second inning? Gallo hits one in the air to deep center. Bellinger back to the track at the wall. He's got it. Superstar athlete Cody Bellinger makes the play, and Gallo's the first out.
It was an adventure tracking this ball. You could see him kind of stutter step, hesitate, reread it, reroute it, and then all of a sudden he says, yep, I think I can get it. And he gets it right at the end. He thought he was going to have to gain speed into the wall and leap to get to it, but it ended up short of the wall, and he was on the play the whole way.
And then able to turn that surgically repaired shoulder a little bit out of the way and collide more with his back. Strike 1 on Nick Solak. Strike 2. But I was starting to say, I mean, you're working hard to try and make sure you come out. You're a different guy. You can at least take a deep breath here and a little bit of a sigh of relief, knowing you've got this wiggle room, I'd think.
Yeah, especially coming off the 2 rough outings from Clayton with the 5 earnings in each one, and now all of a sudden you get 6 runs of support. You're feeling good with your fastball. You get 3 ground balls in the first inning. Go back out there. 2 quick outs.
With his first strikeout of the night, sitting down Solak. 5 up, 5 down.
Run support, defensive support, and slider support right here.
If Dodger pitchers strike out 10 tonight, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink. You've been away for a little while, Earl. Did you remember that one? Could you have done that yourself?
Yeah, I think I could have.
Nate Lowe takes a strike.
I like the way you do it, though.
Thanks, man.
I like to sit back and listen.
Lowe in his first season with the Rangers, former Tampa Bay Ray, is 4 for his last 35. Hits one off the end of the bat, short left field. Lux angles over. He's got a beat on it, puts it away for a 1-2-3 second on 8 pitches. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Quite a start for the Dodgers tonight. 6-0 to the bottom of the second as they hit 3 home runs in that first. And Albert Pujols doesn't have to wait long to get his first at-bat of the evening, replacing Max Muncy at first base in the top of this inning. Taking strike 1 from Foltynewicz. Most of Albert's time has come against left-handed pitching. He was acquired for a very specific purpose, right? Starts against left-handed pitchers, pinch hitting opportunities late, and he has fulfilled that role really well. Hitting .375 against left-handers with 3 home runs. Obviously forced into duty here against a righty. Against righties, he's 1 for 20.
I worry a little bit about Albert with the surprise entry into the game, making sure that he's good and loose and warm. If he happens to hit a ground ball, I would just hope that he would just stride it out, not smell a hit. But with his speed, we know it's going to be hard for him to smell a hit.
Flies it to right for Joey Gallo.
Justin Turner.
Dodgers 6, Rangers 0. Here's Justin Turner at one of those 3 first-inning home runs, and now has 3 homers in his last 9 at-bats. Now, April was, his best April ever. This is usually the month where he gets going. He takes ball 1. We look back at that first-inning home run on StatCast, powered by Google Cloud.
Talked about how the Dodgers have been hitting a lot of balls hard. Now 5 balls over 100 miles an hour. Justin Turner's definitely one of them.
On a 2-0. Drives on to right center field. Gallo's there this time. 2 up and 2 down. Now Foltynewicz trying to ensure that he can at least chew up some of this game and put the bullpen in a bit better position this weekend than it looked like it might go. The bullpen warming in that first inning.
It's one of the things you appreciate about Clayton Kershaw over his last 2 rough starts, where he gives up 5 earned runs in each. He goes 6 innings in both of those outings.
Yeah.
So you can count on him gutting it out for the team and protecting the bullpen.
Bellinger walked his first time. Here he watches an off-speed pitch drop in there. Strike 1. Cody says he feels great and feels like right on the verge of really breaking out. It's this one in the air to center field. Garcia retreating to the track at the wall to make the catch. 1-2-3 second inning for Foltynewicz after the 6-run first. A 6 spot in the first for the Dodgers. 6-0 top 3. Time for the Home Depot getting more done. Clayton Kershaw 3-0 in interleague play this year. 24-5 in his career in interleague games.
When you're in the interleague games, you usually are facing an opponent that hasn't seen you very much, at least most of their roster. And that mystery of what is the pitcher going to throw, Clayton has won that battle.
Old teammate Charlie Culberson takes strike 1. Charlie 2016 and 17 with the Dodgers, and the guy that hit that famous home run to clinch the division in Vin Scully's final game at Dodger Stadium. Mark Langell, the wonderful Dodger historian who knows more about Dodger history than maybe anybody but Vin Scully, called that the most important regular season home run in franchise history. Most significant home run in the regular season in franchise history. Charlie Culberson, of all people. And Vin's call on that, would you believe a home run, he said. On a 2-1 from Kershaw, it's fouled off and it's 2-2.
Charlie and Vin actually spoke on the phone today to reminisce a little bit. The great Steve Brenner, who led the PR department here for years and now is a consultant for the Dodgers, put them together.
Liner over Bellinger's head. First base runner of the game for the Rangers. A leadoff double from Culberson here in the third.
A little inspiration from talking to Vin Scully right there for Charlie Culberson. That line drive in the gap off the wall. A rare hit off of Clayton's slider that he left up a little bit.
Base runner of the game for the Rangers. So runner in scoring position for the catcher Jose Trevino, who is one of Clayton Kershaw's offseason throwing partners, offseason catchers. Swings and misses, strike one. Back-to-back swings and misses on the #1 swing and miss pitch in the majors this year. Clayton Kershaw's slider. Sticks with it and strikes him out.
Great thing about that slider to right-handed batters with a man on second, he wants to get the out. Strikeout is fantastic, but this pitch, you're probably going to hit it to the left side and freeze the runner and get the out over there with the ground ball to the left side. Clayton executes it perfectly.
Second strikeout of the game for Kershaw. Now faces Foltynewicz. Foltynewicz's old teammate in Atlanta, Freddie Freeman, said it was a shame that Foltynewicz wound up with an American League team, because that means nobody gets to watch him hit anymore. Yeah, that was not a compliment. 200 career at bats, 129 strikeouts. Culberson is second, one gone. He swings and misses, 1-1.
Almost twisted himself into the ground right there. If he could have continued on, he could have been like a cartoon.
One and two. It's kind of graceful though, like kinda.
Like, yeah, kind of graceful.
Yeah.
Very flexible.
It
looks like you would hurt something with that swing. I'm just glad his heels are releasing, or he would break his knees or his hips.
Kind of graceful.
Yeah, he ends up on the sides of his shoes.
Back-to-back Ks, two gone.
Watch the finish.
Right.
Oh, sides of both shoes. There's no spikes there. He stays on his feet. Oh, the ankles are very flexible.
Yeah. Top of the order in Kiner Falefa grounded out his first time. Riding an 8-game hitting streak, hitting .353 during that time. Kiner Falefa went home to Hawaii this offseason. His dad is a tree trimmer, and his dad brought him home a bunch of huge tree stumps And every day this offseason for his workouts, he swung an axe at the tree trunks. And it feels like the ball has just been jumping off his bat as a result of all that work, without him even really having to swing hard. Dribbler here along third. It's fouled in 1-1. .26 years old in his 4th year with big league time. Rangers tried to turn him into a catcher a couple years ago. And then last year played him at third base, won a Gold Glove there. Moved to short with Elvis Andrus, getting traded to the A's. And he's having a great season. One of the bright spots in this tough year for Texas. Watches a curve fall out of the sky, and it's 1-2. Clayton Kershaw throughout his career is so good with runners in scoring position below 200. Last year that average was 121. This year though it's above 300. Trying to strand a man here. 1-2. Do it again.
Trying to buck two trends. The get off the field after recording 2 outs and that RISP. Both are elevated right now.
And 3 trends if you include the 3rd inning, which has been his worst inning this year. That was the inning where Atlanta got 5 his last time out. Home with another 1-2. Connor Falefa watches strike 3. 92 with a fastball to strand a man at second. And after 2.5, the Dodgers up 6-0.
Big news, Dodger fans. Dodger Stadium is returning to full capacity this Tuesday, June 15th. We can't wait to welcome you back to Dodger Stadium for the reopening, and it is presented by Bank of America. Also, there'll be a first bobblehead giveaway that day, and to purchase tickets, see the full promotional calendar. Visit Dodgers.com/tickets. We can't wait to see you soon.
Strike 1 on Will Smith, leading off this 3rd against Fultonevich. And now ball 1. Lined out his first time. Happy to be back at Dodger Stadium, Will Smith is. Got an OPS above 1,000 here. It's the 6th best home OPS in the league, and he adds to that here, splitting the gap in left center field for a leadoff double.
Dodgers as a team happy to be back here at Dodger Stadium, where they are 19-10, way above their road record, and Will Smith feeling comfortable again. First game back there behind the plate with Clayton Kershaw on the mound. It has not affected his offense.
Oh, Will 1 for 2, and up comes Chris Taylor. We talked about it during the pregame show, Oral, but the Dodgers trying to continue to take care of business against the teams at the bottom of the standings. They're 18-2 against the teams with the 5 worst records in the National League. So that's Pittsburgh, who they just swept, Arizona and Colorado from the division, and then out of the East, Washington and Miami. Two 2-0 on Taylor. Well, they have announced that Max Muncy left the game with right side tightness. 2-2 on Taylor.
That's the front side when he's hitting as a left-hander. You just hope that home run swing, he didn't tighten something up or pull something. Very easily can remove him for precautionary reasons when you have a 6-0 lead.
Ground ball ricochets off the mound. Kiner Falefa whips a throw and shows off some of the defense that has preceded him in reputation. Up to third goes Smith. And to the plate comes Gavin Lux, who had a 3-run home run his first time up.
He didn't go to the easy part of the ballpark. He went to straightaway center, backspin this one, hit it firmly, and it was definitely enough the whole way. Got it about 3 rows deep.
Infield will come in for Chris Woodward with a man at third and 1 gone. Dodgers up 6-0. That's a base hit into center. Lux is driven in 4. It scoots by Garcia. Lux will stop at second with an RBI double.
Gavin Lux did not assume anything after he hit this ball. He picks up the RBI easily, but right now he is thinking too. Even if this ball gets cut off in center, he was thinking too right away, and he is flying around first. But this ball, when it scoots to the wall after that start, easily gets there. He went from thinking 2 to almost thinking 3.
7 hits for the Dodgers, 5 of them for extra bases. Here's Pollock, who had a single his first time. 9 of the 15 balls they've put in play have been hard hit. One and 1. Pollock, another guy who's been especially good here, hitting above 400 at Dodger Stadium this year. On this 1-1 pitch, he watches it overthrown, and it's 2-1. Foltynewicz is just not having a good time tonight.
He is really struggling out there. He's struggling to throw good stuff in the strike zone. When his ball is sharp, it's a ball. When it's flat, it's been a strike, and they've been tattooing it.
Found the corner there at 2-2. He's had the body language of a guy who has been tattooed. .29 years old, out of Manuka, Illinois, outside Chicago. His 2-2 is cut on and miss. Pollock down on strikes, 2 away. And first strikeout of the night for Foltynewicz.
It's been a major problem for him all year, getting the swing and miss. Very low strikeouts as far as to innings pitched. Has had trouble getting the swing and miss, and then when they make contact, it has been very loud.
By 100 points of OPS, he's the worst pitcher in baseball with 2 strikes. Kershaw will have a chance to swing away here with a man at second and 2 gone. He wastes no time banging a base hit into right center to bring home Gavin Lux. Clayton Kershaw with an RBI single, and it's 8-0. Dodger pitchers have now driven in 14 this year. The next most, 8.
We're at 22 against his old team, Texas, swinging the bat like Will Clark. Look at this swing.
So good.
Rip City.
that is going to spell the end of the night for Fultonevich. At least 8 runs on 8 hits over 2 2/3. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Try the new hand-breaded chicken sandwiches from Carl's Jr. Feed your happy. Back at Dodger Stadium, plenty to cheer about, plenty to celebrate tonight. The latest, a Clayton Kershaw RBI single. They lead 8-0 in the 3rd inning. Hyun-Jung Young comes in for the Rangers, replacing Fultonevich.
He's a guy that's gotten a few starts. He's gotten some long relief appearances after they've used an opener, and he's been slotted back into the bullpen now, and he's looking to eat up some innings here for Chris Woodward and the Texas Rangers.
That's with his 3rd plate appearance over the first 3 innings of this game. Young's first pitch of the night is hit in the air to center field right at Garcia to put an end to this inning, but the Dodgers get 2 more. Lux and Kershaw both driving in runs.
Welcome back to Dodger Stadium. All-Star Game is right around the corner, so make sure you vote for the Dodgers into the game. If you're here at Dodger Stadium, you can come to one of these booths at Left Field Plaza. There's also one at the Social Media Center. You can cast your vote. You'll get one of these blue Vote Dodgers pins if you do it here at the stadium. But if not, do not worry. If you're at home, you can go to Dodgers.com/All-Star to cast your vote.
All right, Kirsten, this Clayton Kershaw is pitching with an 8-0 lead to the 4th inning. All-Star Game, something he knows a little bit about. Annual occurrence for Kershaw. He was on the bases when last inning ended, so a little bit longer to get warmed up.
Finish those warm-up pitches, Joe, and it's one thing you've just got to really watch your heartbeat.
Junior Dodger of the game, Jason from Victorville. His favorite player is Clayton Kershaw, and today's his birthday. Happy birthday, Jason. You can join Junior Dodgers for a chance to be the Junior Dodger of the game. Go to Dodgers.com/JRDodgers. And if you sign up, you too can have a birthday.
I'm going to have a birthday, and I haven't signed up.
No.
I'm past junior.
But if you do sign up,
you can have a birthday.
You will.
Okay.
No. Gave me a look like, are you sure?
Am I going to have a birthday?
You sure about that? 2, 3, and 4 for the Rangers. Eli White. Strike 1 from Kershaw.
I'm just worried about the opposite. If I don't sign up, will I still have a birthday?
Yeah. If you don't sign up for Junior Dodger of the game, this is the end.
Oh, boy. That is some heavy marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. You better do it, people.
We are threatening.
White grounded out his first time. Rookie out of Clemson. Swings and misses, and Kershaw has his 5th K, including his 4th in a row. It's 5 total tonight, 5 more, and everybody gets that jumbo jack.
I've had a few days off, but I still remember this. And if they get 10, yeah, that's when we feed the whole Los Angeles area.
Here's Garcia. Grounded out his first time. So the Cuban government allows players to play in Japan as long as they send their salary back to the Cuban government. That's another discussion. But Garcia got to go play in Japan in 2016 for part of his season. On the trip home, he's in Paris in the airport, a layover. Next flight takes him to Cuba. Instead, he sneaks onto a plane that's headed for the Dominican Republic, establishes residency there, and 3 months later signs a contract with the Cardinals.
The adventures that these guys go through to get to play in the major leagues. Absolutely amazing.
On a 2-1. Takes in the dirt ball 3. His manager Chris Woodward. This was the Dodger third base coach for Dave Roberts' first 3 seasons here. Has called Adolis Garcia a more consistent version of Yasiel Puig over his first 2 months in the majors. Obviously the Cuban connection. There's just all kinds of life to his game, all kinds of electricity. Pops this one off the end of the bat. That'll be a souvenir, and it's 3-2. And guns for days.
Yeah.
He is jacked.
There's such a culture shock for these guys, not only off the field, but the on the field responsibilities of, like, what time do you come to the ballpark? Boy, you guys practice really early. They don't just walk through the center field fence like they do in Cuba a half hour before the game, throw their uniform on, or maybe even walk through the center field fence from their home in their uniform and just strap it on and go.
Made Kershaw work his first time before bouncing out. Does so again here. Fouls another.
93 for Clayton, getting through that baseball with a live arm. And that low fastball really sets up the slider, and he has been known to throw plenty of 3-2 count sliders. It was the slider, but a little bit up, had him way out in front.
This will be the 9th pitch coming here. He's seen 9 in both plate appearances.
Wouldn't be surprised he throws another slider and buries it a little bit more.
Instead went with a high fastball.
The heater. You can always have a little more bravado with your fastball when you have an 8-0 lead.
On the 10th pitch, Adolis Garcia swings and misses at a slider that kicks away from Smith, and he will reach anyways.
Will Smith will tell you that he should have had that ball. I mean, it'll go down as a strikeout and a wild pitch because this ball hits the dirt first, but at this level, Will Smith will definitely say that is my bad, Clayton.
Again, if you happen to just be joining us, catching Kershaw for the first time this year and just the 2nd time since his rookie year. One out base runner for the powerful Joey Gallo, who in so many ways is the modern hitter. 3 true outcome hitter, low average, but leads the league in walks, 2nd in the league in strikeouts in a glass half empty way, and a bunch of home runs.
No matter what his average is, he's an intimidating presence in the batter's box.
6'5", 235.
And put together.
Now to Las Vegas, former first-round pick. Takes high, ball 2. You see those high strikeout totals, and you figure he's got to be swinging at anything. But he actually doesn't chase more than average. It's the stuff in zone that he has issues with. The worst contact rate on pitches in the zone in the majors. But when he makes contact, look out Pasadena. 2-2.
There's some effort there in that swing, and there's a little jerk in there too, so you can see why he has some swing and miss on balls over the plate. Not as smooth and as rhythmic as maybe think about Justin Turner.
Gallo does have a home run against Kershaw. He is working it out.
Yeah. I'm flexible, and you know it.
Good take there. This is kind of, he's showing everything that we've talked about here. Swings and misses at pitches in the zone. Doesn't chase usually.
Swinging really hard, but has a good eye.
Garcia's at first, one gone as the payoff comes home, and Gallo watches strike 3. 7 strikeouts for Kershaw. Each of the last 6 outs have come via the strikeout.
Good eye on the slider. So you have that good eye. Let me throw one that doesn't move like that and hits the corner.
Here's Solak with 2 gone. Clayton Kershaw with a chance to match the major league record. 4 strikeouts in 1 inning.
I have a feeling he's already done that too. Many people as he struck out in his career and thrown that slider biting down. I'm sure somebody has reached, and he struck out 4 in an inning.
There was a kid in A-ball a couple years ago that struck out 5 in an inning. Malcolm Van Buren is his name.
He's even got a good name for 100 years from now.
Yeah. One ball, 1 strike on Solak, who is a couple feet away from his college roommate Will Smith. These guys played together at Louisville, roomed as sophomores. Solak drafted by the Yankees, traded to the Rays, then traded to the Rangers. Now in his 3rd big league season. Cuts and misses, and it's 1-2. That's how Kershaw got him his first time for his first strikeout tonight.
You better keep swinging and missing, or the roommate's telling what's coming.
Yeah.
Hard to predict what Clayton's going to throw right here, especially tonight. He's thrown more fastballs than he has in a long, long time. Over 50% in this outing.
Solak went around, and Kershaw does strike out 4 in the 4th. What a night so far. First trip to the ball game, and it's been a memorable one so far. Clayton Kershaw strikes out 4 in the 4th inning, and believe it or not, it is the first time that he's done that. First time it's happened for the Dodgers since 2015, when it happened back-to-back games. Kenley Jansen did it, and then Sergio Santos did it. Strike 1 in Albert Pujols. One on one.
It's kind of historic. 4 strikeouts in 1 inning, along with the fastball at 92. That the slider at 86, changing speeds and changing altitude. Another fastball locks him up, and the last one, believe me.
Albert goes up and gets this one and sends it a mile, halfway up the pavilion, and it's 9-0. Lefty on the mound, and guess what happens? Albert Pujols knocks it out of the yard.
Albert comes back around home plate and says, "That's how it's done, youngsters." This ball was hit as far as he used to hit him in his prime. This career is not over. This ball is over the fence, but this career is not even close to over when you swing like that.
10th home run this season between the two clubs combined. That goes 5-hole and 4-3. So Albert, who came off of the bench tonight with Muncy leaving the game with right side tightness. It's the 4th Dodger home run of the game. And here's Bellinger. Bellinger walked and scored in the first inning, flied out to the wall in the 3rd. Takes strike 1. A slow curve from Young. One 1. Right before he sent that ball to the wall, we were talking about how he says he feels great and feels like any night could be the night where he really takes off. And the shoulder that he had surgery on last fall, right when he started in the spring, he said he couldn't believe how good it felt. That's why it was extra torturous to have to sit there for the 2 months with the leg injury. It wasn't necessarily extra time for the shoulder to get right, or the swing to get in a good place. He felt so good where he was at prior to that injury. And so it's just been a matter of locking the timing back in. Very short rehab after missing a long time and not having played a whole lot even before the rehab and before the injury. I mean, look, he's shut down for most of spring training before he plays in his first games over the final couple weeks. 4 games in the regular season and then gets hurt. So he's just not seen much major league pitching compared to the rest of the league at this point. Another 1-2 from Young and the dirt ball 2.
100 games left, including this one, so he's still got plenty of time to find his rhythm.
Pokes a base hit the other way. Good piece of hitting from Cody Bellinger. He's headed for second. The throw in time to get him. Eli White with an outfield assist, and Cody says, you might as well check.
From up here, it looked like Cody was trying to slide to the inside part of the bag, watching the angle to throw to the outside. Bob Guerin says Cody is out. They're going to not challenge it. Nice piece of hitting, getting the single, trying to stretch it to the double right out of the box.
Good throw.
Really good throw. And you see Cody goes right for the edge of the inside part of the bag to try and avoid the tag, but just not enough.
And the point of the dugout literally was, why not check?
You got him on the calf, and that can kind of fool the runner. You feel like it's on my calf, so my foot got in.
Smith has hit it hard both times, has a double to show for it. Yanks this one down the line, hooking towards the foul pole, and gone. The 5th home run for the Dodgers tonight. Number 6 of the year for Will Smith. Double digits. 3 2/3 in.
A couple of things from Will Smith on this swing that we've been looking for. The power. The home runs per at bat this year, not where it was in the past, even as a young career. And the other thing is he has really struggled with the ball down. Well, that was a down breaking ball that he was able to elevate and keep fair.
New season high for the team with these 5 home runs. Strike 1 on Taylor. Well, they've led the National League in on-base percentage pretty much from the start this year. Slugging numbers haven't been bad, but they've not been where you expect this lineup to be. Around 5th and 6th in the National League. Taylor up the middle. That's another base hit for him. His second one. You've got Mookie Betts, who hasn't hit for the power you expect him to hit for. Cody Bellinger, who hasn't been in there. Corey Seager, who has missed a significant amount of time. And so as those guys get right, get healthy, figure the power numbers will come around as well.
When those guys get right and get healthy, it's like making a major trade. You know, you're going from somebody like, oh, I hope we can improve. Oh, yeah, they just went out and got this guy. Well, no, we got all the names with the resumes. They just, when they get hot, it's going to really impact the team.
Lux has a home run and a double. He's driven in 4. He's scored twice. A long trip back from Pittsburgh yesterday. Kevin said he's feeling a little bit extra tired today. Nothing that several cold brews can't fix. 3 cans of triple shot espresso cold brew. And there was a Red Bull in the plans.
Oh my gosh. My heart would explode.
2-0. Isn't it funny how some people can have like half a cup of coffee and be jittery, and others can have 3 triple shot cold brews and a Red Bull and hit a home run in the majors
without blinking.
2-1. What do they say, like 400 milligrams a day is where you should cap it, the caffeine intake?
I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. That sounds about right.
Nice.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Lux has reached all 3 times. He's aboard with a walk. Roughly 100 in a coffee, depending on the size of it. Roughly 100 in a shot of espresso. Red Bulls can range. I mean, they got all different kinds of sizes of those. You know. Hey, quick word from the Home Depot.
Lockers aren't just for the clubhouse anymore. Shop online and pick up your orders using the Home Depot's convenient order pickup lockers.
Dodgers got 6 in the first, 2 in the third, and 2 here in the fourth tonight. It is the 20th time this season they've scored 7 or more. Pollock comes up, 2 on, 2 out. He's 1 for 2.
This is a game where the offense really wants to get greedy. You can build some nice numbers, not only in this game, but the rest of this series.
They're facing a Rangers team that is in serious danger of losing its 22nd game out of its last 28, and its 16th in a row on the road. '24 and 39 overall. Only the Orioles have a worse record in the AL. Oh, and 2. Pollock down the line to left, hooking, foul. He knew it right off of the bat. Leaned away in dismay. Still 0-2.
this Dodger roster, this is a player that you can really take for granted, but there could be a month this year that he carries this team. He is that good a player. Numbers are solid. Slow start, IL, and then some solid numbers, but he has the potential to be very, very good.
Dodgers saw it on the wrong side when he was in Arizona. There were several times where they would face him, and he'd be in one of those stretches where it's like, man, can anybody get this guy out? And glimpses of that in his couple years in Dodger blue.
The solid numbers this year are really built off of lefties, who he's facing right here now. When he's right, he's hitting both guys, lefties and righties.
2-on-2 out here, and a 1-2 pitch coming from Young. A little bit high. 2-2. What you got against the camera? Hyun-Jong Young took advantage of the history of Dodger Stadium, getting a chance to pitch here. He was up taking a look at the Vin Scully display outside the press box earlier this afternoon. A lot of the different great historical setups they have on the fifth floor.
Looks like a museum.
It sure is. He was taking it all in earlier today.
Some of the old travel trunks with the equipment, the history of the catching glove and some other gloves. They've got old turnstiles and ticket machines. Used to use a token to get into Ebbets Field until people started counterfeiting the tokens.
Pollock takes the walk to load him up. Quite a chance here for Kershaw to add to that RBI total. Drove in one his last time up. He's knocked in 3 this year.
Clayton Kershaw.
We've kidded about the Silver Slugger campaign with Clayton, but it's like the Silver Slugger might come out of the Dodger team. The way these guys are hitting. Julio's up there.
7 driven in. Kershaw genuinely, sincerely wants to hit a home run this year. Not just like, yeah, that'd be cool. No. That's up near the top of the list of things he'd like to accomplish, and what very well could be the last year for pitchers hitting. Although he has said he'll pick his spots. He needs to be feeling comfortable, and lefty usually not going to be the case.
Yeah, but 10-0 bases loaded, 2 out. 1-0 count is comfortable. I would be guessing something in the middle of the play right here and just letting it go.
All right, let's go. Let it eat, big fella. Now
he was keyholing right there.
Yeah. Now though,
yeah,
even more of what you said. It's Clayton Kershaw about the homer.
Just didn't get the head out. I mean, you really, the head of the bat, he's trying to just generate some speed, and he's just a little late.
A couple more cracks at it. 2-1. 2 in the bank in this inning. Homers from Pujols and Smith. Bases loaded for Kershaw. 2-1 pitch. Shot to left. On comes White. He's there to end the inning. Dodgers get 2 and lead 10-0. And this break in the action is brought to you by Ford and the fully electric F-150 Lightning. Let's take a look.
672, baby.
That break in the action was brought to you by Ford Motor Company. Built Ford proud. 6 in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth for the Dodgers tonight. They lead 10-0.
It may be his second season in Dodger blue, but it's our first Mookie Betts jersey giveaway. This Wednesday, June 16th, the Dodgers will take on the Phillies, and the first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a Mookie Betts jersey courtesy of Budweiser. To view the full promotional schedule and purchase tickets, visit Dodgers.com/tickets.
Clayton Kershaw back to the mound, who just got a 4th strikeout inning. It's the 3rd instance of a 4th strikeout inning in the majors this year. 2 of them have happened against Texas. Rangers have also been no-hit twice.
Well, they have 1 hit tonight. They've only had 2 base runners all night. One was the strikeout wild pitch in the last inning when he got 4 of those punch outs. They're 0 for 5 with 5 Ks with men on tonight.
Nate Lowe leads off this 5th. Strike 1. Each of the last 7 outs have come on strikeouts for Kershaw. I guess more impressively put, he's struck out the last 7 that he's faced. That is since the lone base runner of the game, Charlie Culberson's leadoff double in the 3rd. Ground ball to Chris Taylor, waiting in short right field. He throws low out, 1 away.
Number 2, Charlie Culberson.
Here is Culberson. Clubbed a double to deep left center his first time. The only base runner for Texas tonight.
Of the 15 batters, Charlie's one of the 3 that have gotten the ball in the air. A double, pop up to short, fly ball to center field that Bellinger made a nice play on. Other than that, it's either been a ground ball or a strikeout.
A 2-0 to Culberson. Dips to the bottom of the zone, 2-1. Home plate umpire tonight, native of Grand Rapids, Michigan, Nick Lentz. Just 31 years old. Boy, that slider looks really good.
He got a little bit of a large strike zone on the 2-0 pitch. This one comes right back with it. Looks like it's a fastball down the middle, and that is a very sharp break at 88.
Now a 2-2. Kershaw so far bouncing back in a big way from back-to-back games, giving up 5. Delivers another 2-2 and strikes out Culberson with the curve. Number 9 for Kershaw.
A lot of fastballs, very good sliders, and he has sprinkled in this curveball and has been effective tonight. He is so good at getting his fingers to the front of the baseball and just pulling that front side down and creating that spin.
So he's thrown Trevino 4 pitches. They've all been sliders that have borderline bounced like that, and he's swung and missed at all of them. If it ain't broke. 5 for 5. That one caught a lot of the plate, but Barely fouled it off. Jose's saying this is a whole lot more fun to see that slider when I'm catching him home in Texas in the winter. Curve, base hit to left. Clayton just looked at Will Smith and tapped his shoulder as if to say, my bad.
Yeah.
Overthought it.
0-2 hanging curveball. Could have put a shirt on it. And Trevino didn't miss it. He's caught this one, and when they've had their side works together in the off season and he's catching Clayton, he's like, I need to get that one down. He'd say, yeah, you do, or even I could hit it.
Yeah. Jason Martin, the pinch hitter. This officially ends Hyunjong Yang's game. They'll dip further into that bullpen as Martin swings and misses 0-1. Oh, 1-2. Off the end of the bat to short. Lux circles around it. Teaching tape play from shortstop as Lux gets Martin. We're halfway home. Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers have a 10-0 lead. Inside the box score brought to you by Kona Brewing Company. Instead of showing you the box score, why don't you show you the first inning for the Dodgers where they scored 6 runs. They hit 3 home runs. They've got 5 total tonight, a new season high.
They did not give Texas a very warm welcome here to California. These Rangers have lost their last 15 games on the road, and it looks like it's going to be 16 going into tomorrow.
Old friend Brent DeGus qualifies as an old friend, right? Dodger minor leaguer, acquired in the Rule 5 draft. I think he pitched in literally every spring training game in 2020. So yeah, old friend. Facing Mookie Betts, top of the Dodger order. Hills one in there, 96. Former 33rd round pick gets strike 1. Mookie, the only Dodger that has appeared in this game yet to reach technically. Did reach on an error, but is 0 for 3. That one gets away from DeGus and hits him. So now everybody's reached.
Breaking ball, no intent there, even though you look at the scoreboard, see 10-0. You see Mookie Betts at the plate. You think, oh, what's going on here? No, just a spinner that he overthrows, comes out early and grazes Mookie.
First baseman number 55, Albert Pujols.
Leadoff man aboard, and here's Albert Pujols, who has one of the 5 homers for the Dodgers tonight. A no-doubt shot. His 5th with LA.
Albert's full-time role with the Dodgers is going to be starting against left-handers, which they definitely needed some help with right-handed bats, and coming off the bench big time late in games. This one early in the game.
His 4th home run in his last 9 games. On a 1-1 from DeGus, he hits a chopper through, base hit. So he's 2 for 3 off of the bench. And the first 2 reach in the 5th.
Nice job by Albert using the middle of the field. A lot of times when he's making outs, he's rolling over the ball, and you can see they're playing him to pull on the infield. But right there makes a very nice swing using the middle of the field and hitting it hard on the ground, but finds a hole.
Two on, nobody out, and here's Turner. Yeah, one of those first inning homers, now 12 this year. Two.
Curveball, and there was a cutter that didn't cut very much, but cut enough to get a strike. Big Gus with those three pitches, the fastball, the curveball, and the cutter. And fastball can top out around 96, 97, but it'll average more about 94.
On a 1-2 from DeGus. Turner pulls the line drive to left. White lays out and makes the catch. Throw back to second, gets away. Betts will hang on. What a play by Eli White to take a hit away from Turner.
Justin Turner smacks it. It looks like it's got a little topspin, which makes this even more difficult because you're actually trying to intersect where this ball is going to go into the ground. That topspin taking it down, and what an effort and a grab right there. Almost a double play if the throw could have been a little bit more accurate. Justin saying wait up, because if that ball gets called safe and it bounces, you don't want to pass Albert.
So White making a good impression here in his most recent call up. Bellinger takes a rip, comes up empty, strike one. That's what this year in a lot of ways is about for the Rangers, finding out what they have. Nobody thought that they would compete this year. So seeing what pieces they can use as the core as they try to rebuild things, with Chris Young now running baseball operations in his first season. Moving over from Major League Baseball. 0-2. The Rangers last year in American League were 22-38. Their fourth straight year missing the postseason after they had 5 trips to the postseason in 7 years. One ball, 2 strikes on Bellinger. We've been talking about the road issues this year, having lost 15 in a row. Last year they were 6-24 on the road. So the 2 seasons combined, 15-47. On this 1-2 pitch, Cody Bellinger takes a ball that hits off of Trevino's glove. Betts to third, Pujols to second.
I'm sure this is a wild pitch.
Here it is, confirmed.
Where worst comes to worst for Cody, you got to pick up some of these free stakes, even if you got to trade an out for a run to make yourself feel good. But He'd like to get greedy here and drive him in with a hit.
And he does just that. Reaching out, slapping a base hit into center. RBI single for Cody Bellinger to score Mookie Betts. Pujols stops at third, and no point bothering trying to push the envelope there with the ball getting away. 11-0.
They are checking on Cody after this swing. He gets out of the box and he looks like he grimaces a little bit.
They've already lost Muncy tonight.
Is it the left leg coming out of the box? It looked like he was dragging one leg or the other. I like his approach at the plate the last two ABs, but 11-0. We're going to take him out and make sure he's okay.
Well, the fracture leg was in his left leg. He says cramp.
Love those field mics to hear that.
Oh, man.
That just makes everybody feel better. The last two swings and at the plate with the base hits, he has kind of shortened up, and that one looked like the heel didn't really kind of release as he was shortened up going into that front side. And fortunately, we heard on the field mic as he went into the dugout talking to his teammates, cramp.
Does that mean he's going to cash a check from Sportsnet LA tonight for a job reporting?
Yeah.
Like he's his own reporter there. So he's reached 3 times tonight, and it'll finish the night. McKinstry on to pinch run as Will Smith takes a strike. He's in good hands. Possum. Now Smith gets hit, and the bases are loaded.
Same type of breaking ball that Mookie Betts got hit with, and Mookie ended up scoring. Breaking ball comes out early, catches him on the elbow. Smith no worse for wear, but now bases loaded.
And Will's on for the 3rd time tonight. Up comes Chris Taylor, who's trying to join that group. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. And oh man, 11 runs on 14 hits, 3 walks, 2 hit batsmen. Breaking ball is in there, strike 1.
Just over halfway home for the offense, because
Yeah.
I don't think they're hitting in the 9th.
Yeah. Fly ball center field. Back goes Garcia to put it away on the edge of the track. That'll bring home Pujols. RBI for Chris Taylor. 12-0. Back into a tie for the team lead. Tying him with Justin Turner. 34 driven in on the campaign.
Number 9, Gavin Lux.
You know, Lux is not far off the team lead. He's driven in 29. With a 4 RBI night tonight. Home run, double, walk. McKinstry at third, Smith at first, and an 0-1. It's in there for strike 2. Dodgers finished the last homestand scoring 14 against St. Louis. So the last game and a half here at Dodger Stadium, they've got 26 runs.
Trevor Bauer and Walker Buehler are saying, save some of these for me. We've got the next 2 games. Don't let your arms get tired.
Bucks fouls that one off his foot. 7 o'clock tomorrow, 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Trevor will take the mound with a 2.40 ERA. He's throwing the ball very well.
Three with these Rangers, then 3 with the Philadelphia Phillies beginning on Monday. Of course, Tuesday, reopening day. Circled on the calendar. Dodger Stadium at capacity for the first time since October of 2019. DeGus up to get this one, and retired Lux finish off the 5th, but they get 2 more. That's 3 consecutive 2-run innings and a 12-0 lead. Only 2 hits against Clayton Kershaw tonight. He's struck out 9 over 5 shutout innings.
Fastball, slider, curveball, relying on the fastball an awful lot tonight. Getting 21 swings and misses so far through 5 innings. 23 is his season high, and he has done that twice. I think he's going to surpass that tonight.
No runs on 2 hits for the Rangers. 12 runs on 14 knocks for the Dodgers. McKinstry in the game in right after replacing Cody Bellinger. Betts moves over to center. Top of the order, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa takes ball 1. All fun and games tonight. First of 6 on this homestand. That is past a diving Turner and into the left field corner. Leadoff double for Kiner-Falefa, his first hit.
This ball is hit really hard. There have been a few sliders up that Clayton has thrown for a strike that the Rangers have fouled or pulled foul. That one he kept fair.
Joe West umpiring this series. Eli White to the plate, had that great diving catch last inning. Cross up?
Little cross up right there. Will and Clayton not having a conversation about it, but they'll both think about it. Let's start over. That's Will kind of rotating his finger towards Clayton. Like, start the sequence over here.
Line drive to left. A.J. Pollock will make the catch. For the first out of the 6th.
Off the bat, you think maybe it's got a chance, but AJ had a very good jump on there, and the Dodger positioning was very accurate.
Runner at second, 1 gone, and the hitter is Adolis Garcia, who has seen at least 9 pitches in each of his first 2 plate appearances, but a ground out and a strikeout. Sharp grounder to short. Lux will go to first and over Pujols. It looked like Lux could have gotten Kiner-Falefa at third.
He might have ended up a little in between on his throw to first when all of a sudden he realizes mid throw after deciding to go to first that I should have went to third. Albert reaching up, and the glove just slips off his hands. He extends his fingers, hits the top, and takes it off his hand.
Clayton trying to help him get up. So Garcia's now 0 for 3, but has been on twice. He reached last time with a drop third strike. Reaches here on an E6. First and third one gone for Joey Gallo. Pinpoint. Strike one.
As a pitcher, your heart skips a beat right there. Home plate umpire takes a little time to stand up and raise his right arm.
Yeah, Nick Lenz, very casual called strike move. Grounded to first. Pujols will go to second. They get one, but the throw back to first is behind Kershaw. And the Rangers get their first run. It's 12-1.
Not the most graceful of plays, but they recorded an out.
There's that, yeah.
Albert with the wrong foot throw just kind of throws a dart over there. Gavin tries to do almost the same thing. And very fortunate that the ball hits the fencing in front of the Ranger dugout. Glad Clayton didn't get in a collision over there. The effort that he puts in just to make sure he grabs a baseball.
Runner at first, 2 out, and here's Solak. Two 2-0 on Solak, who was struck out both times. Kershaw's used that slider to walk him over. This time Solak lays off. Gallo at first, 2 gone. Kershaw to the plate, 2-0. Ouch. So just 2 base runners over the first 5 innings. In this inning, a double, an error, and a hit by pitch.
Just a fastball. Did he get too far in there? Cody Bellinger left the game with what he described as a cramp. Solak is probably feeling like that is a very painful cramp getting hit there.
Kershaw 90 pitches just now. A little bit of stirring down in that Dodger bullpen. The run, by the way, unearned. Kershaw to face Nate Lowe. Lowe, who's 0 for 2 tonight, 4 for his last 37. Fouls it off, strike 1. Kershaw trying to move to 26-4 in interleague play in his career. He'll be 4-0 this season. That's back at him. Lux behind the bag, staggers and throws and gets him. Bit of an adventure of an inning there for Gavin Lux, but makes the play on out number 3. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the newest, friendliest, and safest casino. Good times. And by Mercury Insurance. Low rates, big discounts, great insurance. 12-1 game to the bottom of the 6th, and we check in with Kirsten Watson.
Joe, before today's game, 2 advocates for the LGBTQ+ community threw out the first pitch from center field in honor of Pride Night here at Dodger Stadium. The 2 advocates were Sharon Franklin Brown, who was presented with the Dodger Community Hero Award, and Reverend Troy Perry, who was presented with the Dodgers Community Lifetime Achievement Award.
All right, Kirsten, as A.J. Pollock leads off this 6th. And can't lay off Brett DeGus's first pitch. Good crowd on this Pride Night. They're expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of 20,000. They were expecting the biggest crowd of the year to this point. Pollock a hit and a walk. And a fly out to center.
Number 22, Clayton Kershaw.
Kershaw goes up there again. He's 1 for 2. Sacrificed bunt in the first inning. Knocked it around with a single in the 3rd. And lined out to left in the 4th. Home run hacks coming. With the same 12-1 lead. Righty on the mound this time. Jimmy Nelson warming.
Dave Roberts letting him go up there and hack a little bit, and then probably Jimmy Nelson's going to take over. Clayton with another 6-inning outing, looks like.
Much different tone to this one than the last 2. Count evens 2-2.
Dodgers have been very good with 2-strike counts here. They've only struck out once tonight, even though they scored 12 runs with 14 hits. And Clayton gets into the crab crouch and says, I don't want to strike out. I want to put it in play.
And he's worked the count full. He's got his average up to 250.
If he hits a home run from this stance, he is a powerful man.
Yeah. That would truly be the Juan Soto.
Ooh, Full Metal Jacket.
And another base hit. He's a beaut. Clayton Kershaw, 2nd hit tonight.
I'm going to pick another B word. He's a beast.
That too.
2-strike count, 12-1. I'm not going into my contact mode. I'm going full leg kick, swat. That is a pretty swing.
There's Beatty to pinch hit for Mookie Betts. The 12-1 lead. Dave Roberts getting Mookie Betts off his feet. Strike 1. Beatty's still leading the National League in RBIs on a per plate appearance basis, per at bat basis. It's an RBI once every 3.5 at bats.
He's due.
Yeah. The other way to put that is he averages pretty much an RBI every game he plays.
Yeah.
Every time he gets 3.5 at bats, he drives one in. Every full game he plays that B. A lot of his time has come off of the bench. Key pinch hitter for the Dodgers. On this 1-2, Beatty fouls it down the line. Beatty was out taking ground balls early today at third base. Position he's not played since his rookie year, 2019. Played 9 games there. Another 1-2 and another foul ball. Most of his time this season coming in the outfield.
Tough count, but he looks locked in up there.
The baseball robot. Strike 3 call to the inside corner. Computer malfunction.
Exactly. You usually do not get that call. Electronically, it's not a strike, and the reach across is rarely a strike. Maybe that had a little something to do with the scoreboard. That bat is taking the punishment.
Pujols came on for Muncy after Muncy left following his first inning homer. Right side tightness, the report from the team. Albert's gone 2 for 3. Long home run and a single to center. On a 1-0 from DeGus. Watches a breaker for a strike, 1-1.
When a hitter with Albert's stature takes a breaking ball right down the middle like that, I'd really watch out if I was going to run a fastball in on him. He might be looking more in the inner half right here. Definitely going to get started on something up. That ball just continued to go left on him. DeGus's fastball has a tendency to run in on the right-handed hitters. Albert, not a guess hitter, but he's a smart hitter.
Kershaw the runner at first. 2-2 to Pujols. Chopper to third. Culberson throws him out and ends the inning. First 0 put up by the Rangers since the second. On to the late innings in a 12-1 game.
Tonight on an all-new Backstage Dodgers, take a look at infielder Albert Pujols' Hall of Fame playing career, his first day as a Dodger, and some of his charity initiatives through the Pujols Family Foundation, which assists those living with Down syndrome. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers tonight, presented by Cadillac.
Speaking of Albert, home run tonight, 10th of the year, his 20th career 10 home run season. And many more than 10. Who's in, who's out, brought to you by In-N-Out. Kershaw's day is done, and here comes Jimmy Nelson, who over his last 14 games has an ERA of 1.02.
Nice to get Jimmy back into the Dodger bullpen. He can light up the radar gun with the velocity, and he can really spin a baseball.
Charlie Culberson leads off this inning for the Rangers, takes ball 1. You know, Jimmy Nelson has the lowest / best expected batting average against and expected slugging against in the majors. So that takes into account how hard guys are hitting it, the angle they're hitting it at. Obviously takes into account strikeouts and walks. The expected numbers, the best of any pitcher in baseball.
Like I was saying, it was good to have him back.
Yeah. After a shaky first few outings, really settled in. Gets ahead of Culberson 1-2.
Getting used to new teammates, a new culture, new role down there in the bullpen.
First time in years pitching in a game. There's your final line on Kershaw. 9 Ks, 1 unearned run. Is he talking hitting though?
I don't think so. I think he was talking his front side, maybe where the glove goes. Who knows? Clayton doesn't like to think mechanics.
Nelson sits down Culberson. 1 gone in the 7th.
If he's talking to Mark Pryor about hitting, we got issues.
Oh, is that Pryor who's standing there?
I think it was.
There's your sign. That's strikeout number 10. You know what that means?
Jumbo Jacks.
Yep. For the purchase of a large drink. Ask for the Dodger deal. Tell them Oral sent you.
You're going to get less.
That Oral? You know him?
Yeah.
Trevino. Strike 1. Pitch right there from Jimmy Nelson, his slider. Opponents are 1 for 24 against it.
It has some impressive break. The only one on the Dodger team that I would put up against it right now is Blake Trinan's, especially from the right side. Clayton's, of course, when it's on from the left side, is right there with him, but these breaking pitches look like they have another gear.
Fly to right. Matt Beatty's out there now. 3rd different right fielder tonight for the Dodgers. He's got it in the palm of the glove. 2 out. There goes Kershaw back to a well-earned shower. Willie Calhoun, once a Dodger farmhand, traded to the Rangers for Yu Darvish. Calhoun has been back and forth between the majors and AAA the last few seasons, really since that trade in 2017. And was starting to get things going before he got hit in the face against the Dodgers in a spring training game a couple years ago and broke his jaw. Can you imagine getting back in a big league batter's box after having that happen?
No. You have to clear your head and just kind of probably play some kind of mind games for a while so you get your confidence back.
Nelson falls behind him 3-0. Still very good friends with Alex Verdugo. Those guys keep in touch all the time, talk almost every day. And Verdugo now in Boston. 3-1. Alex Verdugo, speaking of, had a walk-off base hit tonight for the Red Sox.
He's having quite a year.
294 average. Above 800 with the OPS. 3 hits tonight, including a double against Ross Stripling. Payoff pitch from Jimmy Nelson. Calhoun able to lay off, and he's got a 2-out walk.
Shortstop number 9, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Back to the top of the order, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. So we're talking about Kiner-Falefa and his offseason regimen of swinging an axe at the tree stumps that his dad, the tree trimmer, would bring home. Building off of that and that muscle memory, he switched to an axe handled bat this year. Takes ball one from Nelson. Something that more and more guys have done in recent years. Mookie Betts was one of the first to use it. Said after a full winter of doing more swinging an axe than swinging an actual bat, this is what felt comfortable to him. Takes a strike. It's 1-1. Dustin Pedroia, the first prominent adopter of the axe-handled bat, with some of the wrist injuries that he dealt with. That's where Mookie got tipped off on it by. Went around and it's 1-2.
The walk by Nelson was the Dodgers staff's first walk. Clayton Kershaw, of course, with none. They have 10 Ks, looking with this 2-strike count to strike out their 11th.
We get another jumbo jack if they hit.
I don't know. We'd have to ask about if they get to 20, but
right.
Every 10 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Wow. Emergency hack. Why did I swing at that? I'm glad I fouled it off.
I don't know how. Nelson home with another 1-2 pitch. On the corner to get him looking. Scoreless 7th for Jimmy Nelson. We stretch in a 12-1 game.
Dodger Stadium is returning to full capacity starting Tuesday, June 15th, and bobbleheads are back. Join us for the reopening on the 15th, and the first 25,000 fans in attendance will receive a Justin Turner bobblehead presented by Spectrum. To see the full promotional calendar and get your tickets, visit Dodgers.com/tickets.
And the first bobblehead will be of this man here, Justin Turner, who's ready to lead off the 7th with the Dodgers in front by a bunch. T-Mobile coverage cam on the pavilion. One of the best crowds of the season so far tonight. Joe Orlin Kirsten as Spencer Patton comes on to pitch. Patton, 33 years old. He debuted in the majors with the Rangers in 2014. Parts of 2 seasons there. Pitched in a few games with the Cubs in 2016. Before spending 4 years in Japan. And rejoining the Rangers this year. Ahead of Turner 0-2. Turner has one of the 5 home runs for the Dodgers tonight. They're one of the 3 in the first inning. Flies it to center for Garcia. 1 gone. So up comes Zach McKinstry. This is Cody Bellinger's spot in the order, and we saw him leave the game. We heard him say that he left with a cramp. This is right before. This is the pitch before he put it in play, and you can see him kind of wince there. And then he has this base hit and has a hard time getting up the line. So it looked like it happened before the hit. First at bat for McKinstry. Watches ball one.
I feel a lot better seeing that evidence of the cramp before the swing.
Two balls, one strike. And Bellinger's looking good tonight. 2 singles and a walk after a 2-hit game yesterday in Pittsburgh. Full count. McKinstry still trying to get it going in his return from the injured list. He's 2 for 19. On this payoff pitch from Patton, fouls it back. We'll do it again. It's a breaking pitch there, and those have flummoxed him this year. He's 1 for 24 against breaking stuff. Backdoor to get him.
Is there a plural for flummoxed?
I mean, no.
I don't think so.
Catcher number 16, Will Smith.
Can you have plural of verbs? I don't know. I don't know. You can. I mean, I'm sure there's exceptions. There are always those weird little exceptions. But Smith has a homer tonight, and he's down on 1 here.
The things you talk about when it's 12-1.
Yeah. Verbs, plural verbs. One and two. Was English a good subject for you?
No. No, it was not. It wasn't really at all. I wish.
Math?
Back in the day, not with this brain. I just don't have a good subject.
Brain.
Yeah, you're right, it is.
And it's only getting better.
Oh, yeah. I wish I would have paid more attention and worked harder in school. It came too easy early on, and I didn't build the right habits going into late into high school and college.
Good take by Smith. 2-2.
Good at studying what I liked and good at surviving the other subjects.
It's a good life skill, survival.
Yeah. You learn a lot. Just don't hold on to it. It's just a daily skill. Your favorite subject?
I don't know what I would say my favorite was. Inside corner to get Smith looking and finish off the Dodgers in the 7th. They lead by a bunch as we go to the 8th. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Things are heating up at the Nissan Summer Sales event. Find the one online or at your local Nissan store. And by Postmates. When all you can dinner is think about Postmates. Dodger calendar brought to you by Nissan. 2 more games with the Rangers this weekend, and then the Philadelphia Phillies coming in on Monday for 3. Tuesday, reopening day here at Dodger Stadium. Full capacity. On to handle the 8th for LA is Mitch White against Eli White. Strike 1.
Mitch got a little roughed up in his last outing, trying to get it back out there and get in the groove. Got plenty of room here with the 12-1 lead.
Two balls, 1 strike. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. We talked about it earlier, but the Giants winning a 1-0 game tonight on a Buster Posey home run and a complete game from Anthony DeSclafani. Keep waiting for them to fade. 15 players on the injured list. They just keep on going.
And we're just under 40% of the schedule so far this year, so it's a little too late to say it's early and they're just hot. They are starting to be consistent.
Best record in baseball here in mid-June. That's a leadoff walk for Eli White.
Center field number 53, Adolis Garcia.
Adolis Garcia 0 for 3 here in his Dodger Stadium debut. Adolis chose baseball over Greco-Roman wrestling. He was one of the best wrestlers in Cuba. But his dad and his older brother, who somehow got the name Adonis instead of him, both star baseball players. Adonis made it to the majors before Adolis did. A few years with Atlanta, and he was Adolis' hero. He wanted to follow in Big Brother's steps. And in the steps of his father, who was a great player in the Cuban series. Not an 0-1 pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 1.
Boy, he is really put together.
Right. I mean, if this is Adolis, what does Adonis look like?
This guy, he's really put together.
Hits it a mile high. When it comes down, Will Smith will catch it. Tonight's fan of the game, presented by Pacifico, is Richard from San Jose. It's a cool picture. Richard's got the opening series Dodger jersey with a championship gold trim. Hello to Richard. "12-1 game in the 8th as Joey Gallo comes up. Gallo's 0 for 3. Rangers only have 3 hits in this game. Double from Culberson, single from Trevino, and a double from Kiner Falefa, who came in to score the only run. It was unearned. That's ball 1 on Gallo. Another guy who's pretty well put together and had a chance to go pro as a pitcher. Touched 100 miles an hour as a high schooler. Son of a former minor league pitcher. He always wanted to hit. And so instead of being a pro pitcher, he's obviously a pro outfielder who Dino Ebel says he thinks has the best arm in baseball.
And Dino would be a fair grader of that, being a third base coach that has to know everybody's arm.
And who spent several years in the same division as Joey Gallo, seeing him 19 times a year.
Got to keep up with your hygiene, even though when you're on the bench concentrating.
Is that what that is?
He's got a little toothpick I think he's working over.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Getting out some of that morning oatmeal after the run.
Yeah, them oats get lodged up in there, huh?
I can get it. I can get it. This is driving me crazy. I gotta get it.
The oats been in there since breakfast.
My tongue is not strong enough. I gotta get the toothpick.
Three-2 to Gallo. Second walk of the inning.
Second baseman number 15, Nick Solak.
There's a bar on the south side of Chicago, or there was, called Nick's Sports Page.
Okay.
That is what Nick Solak is named after.
Ah.
It's the bar where his parents met. They went there for a Meet Carlton Fisk night when he played for the White Sox. They didn't get autographs, but they left with each other's numbers. And a boy who they named after the bar.
Carlton Fisk is a matchmaker.
Yeah, sort of. Little does he know.
Yeah.
One. Speaking of Chicago, did you happen to see the scene at Wrigley today? Capacity for the first time.
I did not see it.
It was awesome.
Oh,
Day game at Wrigley Field. Cubs Cardinals. Anthony Rizzo hit a tie-breaking home run on the 14th pitch that he saw.
Oh my.
It was just an awesome scene. Felt right. Felt like normal.
That makes me really hunger for Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
This place is shaking.
White's 2-1 is fouled off. 2-2. Kind of around the zone here. Just 8 strikes out of the 19 pitches he's thrown. He's walked 2 already. It's gone full on Solak. Now the payoff. Line drive, base hit center field. They'll go station to station as Taylor picks it up. And they've loaded the bases against White.
Mitch hasn't been on the mound for about 6 days, and there's a little rust with the location. It's one of the challenges of being in the bullpen, especially as a youngster that's not going to get consistent work unless you perform at a level. So his last outing was roughed up a little bit. He's had some long rest here, and it's the challenge of, should I work on off the mound today? Oh, I might get in. Oh, I better not. I'll just play catch. And You've got to really learn the skill of keeping yourself ready and being ready when you're called upon to execute your pitches. It's a balancing act.
Especially for a guy who has been a starter throughout his baseball life.
And you're also working on, you know, how long do I warm up? Am I going in now? You're just feeling your way through the whole role of being in the bullpen.
Loaded up for Nate Lowe.
I really like his delivery. I like his stuff. I understand why he's a top prospect for the Dodgers, and that the reason he's in the big leagues. He's really got a chance to be successful. He's just kind of finding his way right now.
Ouch.
That was a loud one.
And then they always act like nothing happened.
No, I was going to say his facial expression never hardly changed. Whatever. Let me get this mask back on straight. Let's go.
Let's do it again. Who's ready to party? Nice pick there.
Saved a run. One off your face, and now let me show you what I can do with the glove.
White's 1-2.
Double play ball gets you out of it, strike out, and then face another hitter, get him out, get you out of it. Trading runs for outs right here is not all bad with what's on the scoreboard, with Mitch White trying to make an impression. He wants to post a 0, and he so bad wants to rescue those 3 runners and not allow them to score.
2 walks and a single to put him there. Another 2-2 pitch. Count goes full.
Just up.
The 3-2. A pop fly. And a shallow left field. That'll do. A.J. Pollock has it. 2 gone.
"28 pitches is a lot of work to get 2 outs, but you got a shot to get out of this inning with a 0. It'll feel a lot better than if you give up 1 or 2.
Nate Jones starts to loosen. Up to Charlie Culberson here. He's one of the 4 hits tonight for the Rangers. First one against Kershaw, double back in the 3rd. Fastball splits the plate, strike 1. A breaking ball, bounced gently to second. Zach McKinstry throws, not in time. A run crosses. Culberson legs it out and gets an RBI for it.
Zach takes an extra little step right here, and Charlie doesn't assume anything. Boy, he looked out by about a half a step to me. Ooh, it's closer than I thought. All in the field is safe. The other angle might be a little bit better.
Challenging the ball on the field as the batting runner was taken first base.
That's going to be hard to reverse.
Yeah, I think it stands.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to reverse. $12 to 1 or 12 to 2. They're still grinding on it in New York. Get it right. Here comes the answer.
So the guy that's umpired more games than anybody in Major League history, Joe West. He's out. Wow. All right. So Mitch White's able to get out of that inning with no damage done. All right.
He's out.
He's out. How's that red vine?
Dodgers got a half dozen in the first. They add another half dozen. 5 homers tonight. Jerry, even Kershaw's raking.
Love the Dodgers offense. Long ball was prevalent tonight.
We'll be breaking down a Dodger victory coming up.
All right, guys. Brock Holt comes into the game. Loves the song that DJ Severe's playing. Holt's at third, and Charlie Culberson is on the mound.
Not worried about the way he sprinted down the line on that last ground out and challenge that was barely out, but now on the mound and during the warm-ups there, he was bringing it. He wasn't just lobbing it up there trying to get through this. He's looking for some outs.
Chris Taylor fouls off his first pitch. This is Culberson's 5th career pitching appearance. Made one each of the last 3 seasons with Atlanta.
89 is bringing it for a position player.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's got a 2.70 ERA. Has a strikeout.
He's got a chance to have 2 appearances in this series if the Dodgers keep hitting.
12 runs on 15 hits tonight. As Taylor gets under this one, flies it into short left field. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa makes the catch. Providing some levity for that Rangers dugout. First thing they've had to smile about tonight. Here's Lux.
It's a signal from your manager that we have moved on to tomorrow and turned the page, and yeah, give the clubhouse a little levity and say that's only one game. We'll be back tomorrow.
Lux pounces on the first one, liner to right, and caught by Gallo. 2 up, 2 down for Culberson. His lone strikeout in his career, just as a bit of trivia, was of Manuel Margot when he was playing for the San Diego Padres. Pollock a single and a walk tonight. Has a hit in 5 of his 6 games since coming off of the IL. Ground ball to third, charging Holt. Bare hand pickup, but a late throw. Second hit tonight for Pollock.
Had a shot to have a 5-pitch inning right there.
You got guys that come into the game throwing 100 and can't get an out. You got a position player that close to a 5-pitch inning.
Game's just not fair either.
Yeah.
Pollock gets a hit on that. Gavin Lux rips it to right field.
Right.
El Bencho sit down.
Yeah. Mitch White against Charlie Culberson. Backwards land.
That was again.
So what's he going to do it on 8 pitches? An 8-pitch inning for Charlie Culberson sends this game to the 9th. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Our $6.99 triple bacon cheesy Jack combo is here only at Jack in the Box.
Push your Dodgers to the top of this summer's 2021 Google MLB All-Star Ballot. Vote daily at MLB.com/vote and on Google by searching for your favorite players to send them to Colorado.
It's right out there to try and finish things off as we go to the 9th inning in a 12-1 game. Game 2 of the series tomorrow, also at 7. Colby Allard for the Rangers, Trevor Bauer for the Dodgers. Then on Sunday, it wraps up with Dane Dunning against Walker Buehler. The normal Sunday start time of 1:10. Official word on Cody Bellinger left hamstring tightness. So on a night where just about everything went right, the one thing you hold your breath on, a couple of injuries. Max Muncy leaving with right side tightness, and Cody Bellinger left hamstring tightness.
Just when you get healthy, you get scared again.
Jose Trevino leading off this inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the Texas catcher. Injuries are up 30% from early June of the last full season, 2019. So it'll roll there to White. He'll get Trevino. 1 gone in the 9th. Soft tissue injuries are up more than 100%. So more than double what they were June of 2019.
Wow.
Scary.
That is.
Brock Holt, after coming on defensively last inning, up to hit here on his 33rd birthday. Holt's last at bat for the Rangers won the game against the San Francisco Giants on Wednesday. And 2. Veteran journeyman and a great clubhouse presence. He's part of the Red Sox World Championship team in 2018, but also has bounced around several other organizations. Fought through injuries midway through his career, concussions, battled vertigo. And he says as he went through those things, got to the point where he was not enjoying playing baseball anymore. It was more a job trying to get himself on the field than it was a game that he grew up loving as a kid, and to get back to that. Watching him dance around coming onto the field last inning, very clearly he's found that place again. Here in his 11th big league season. Unable to lay off. 2 up, 2 down in this 9th inning for White.
Mitch White working on a little cleaner inning than he had last inning when we took it right down to the wire with the bang play at first base with Charlie Culberson with 2 outs, infield ground ball to McKinstry. Bases were loaded and the Dodgers got to walk off the field when he was called out.
Kiner Falefa extended his hitting streak to 9 games with a double earlier. So the Dodgers will get their 5th win or their 6th win out of their last 8 games. moved to 38-25 overall, back to within a game and a half of the Giants. While the Rangers will lose their 16th road game in a row, and they're 22nd out of their last 28 overall. So at the same time in the majors, you've got a 19-game road losing streak from Arizona and a 16-game road losing streak from the Rangers, both active. Two and two. Never really in doubt tonight. 6 runs in the first inning for the Dodgers after Kershaw went 1-2-3 in the top of the first. 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. Great to see Clayton Kershaw get back to what he was doing over the first 2 months.
Had a really good fastball tonight. Had the swing and miss working too.
Line to second, that's the game. Dodgers all over the Rangers in game 1, a final of 12-1.
The long ball was working. Clayton Kershaw was working and is back on track, and these Dodgers have now won 4 in a row.
After the sweep in Pittsburgh, they start off the 6-game homestand with a convincing win over the Texas Rangers and improve the record to 38-25 on the season. They hit a season-high 5 home runs tonight. Cruise into this victory and supporting Clayton Kershaw. For Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers.